Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on yet another episode of this podcast on my channel, Sarva Gunn Sampann. I'm grateful to you for watching these episodes where I have the privilege and honor of spotlighting and showcasing the women of India and women of the diaspora and highlighting their stories and their remarkable journeys and life experiences. My guest today is someone who values being happy in every situation. She is someone who navigates life with a positive outlook and believes in living life to the fullest. Her strengths include her dependability, her consistency. She's someone who loves meeting new people, is always open to new ideas and experiences, and is not afraid to fail. It's my delight and honor to welcome Gauri Wagle to the show today. Gauri, it's great to see you. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, Anu. Thank you so much for having me on the show today. It's a pleasure to chat with you. I'm really excited. I think, Anu, this is such a great platform that you have created for women to just come here, share their story, chat with you, share their experiences and their life journey. So thank you for creating this platform.
Absolutely, Gauri. In today's day and age where we've become so glued to our mobile devices, and I don't know how many people actively take time to read books anymore, I believe that this platform is giving an opportunity to folks to read from the book of life of every woman. So it's
absolutely
it's hour-long journey with every woman, but there is so much to learn. There is so much knowledge and information, and it's a pleasure to invite women from our very own communities, So I'm equally honored and very delighted. So let's get started with our conversation. Our first segment in this podcast is all about your childhood, Bachchpan ke din, where I'd love to take you back in time and learn about your early influences. What was your childhood like? Where were you born, raised, your family, your environment, and all of that. So let's get started, Gauri. Without further ado, Bachchpan ke din.
Thank you so much, Anu. Anu, I grew up in Vileparle, Mumbai. So Vileparle is a small town. It's a very fully vibrant culturally, and it has different diversity. It's actually funny. One part of the town is very traditional, where growing up, I used to witness so many of Karnataki, Hindustani classical music. There, the city boasts of like renowned poets, writers, theater artists, whereas the west side of the city, it's all glitz and glamour. So growing up into such a dynamic environment, I was able to appreciate different genres of music growing up. I played sitar myself, so I love, as I said, different genres of music. Even today, I love attending different concerts. I think it's just the upbringing, the environment has such an influence on how I enjoy music. Also, with so much of diversity, I think it really helped me to adapt to different cultures very easily. So I'm really thankful for the town that I grew up in. I would really like to share one of the things that is very close to my heart growing up. That is the summer holidays. I think I'm only kid. Having no siblings, I used to look forward to the summer holidays where we used to go on this small, short summer vacations with my cousin's family. It was the most fun time we used to have where, say, for a couple days to 10 days, we used to go to Goa or close by hill station. We used to book a bus. At that time, we never had Airbnb, but we would book like this really beautiful homes or little resorts. It was such a beautiful time, a strong bond that we created amongst our cousin. I think it is so important, as you rightly said earlier, this is something we've missed nowadays because of all the virtual and the internet. I think the time we spent growing up, those are the fond memories I still cherish, and I love it. But talking about my childhood, as I said, I was the only kid, and growing up, I was always daddy's girl. My dad worked with the airline company, and my mom was a homemaker. I absolutely enjoyed listening to my dad's travel stories. It, I think, took me to completely different worlds. He would talk about the people he met, different cultures. He, in fact, got a lot of goodies for me. Like he would travel to US, European countries. He would bring me different chocolates, some, exotic food. And I think, the one of my love for different cuisine. I'm a complete foodie, and one of the love that I have for cuisines is because of exposure that his stories, his different food that brought into my life very early on. So I really enjoyed that time with him. And again, my mom was an amazing cook. So I think both together had a very deep influence when it comes to talking about food. I can talk very passionately about it. In my teens, unfortunately, I lost my father. It was a very devastating time for me, Anu. As a teenager, there were so many emotions. I don't know, like there was fear, there was sadness. I was really angry at that time, but at the same time, I witnessed my mom, who was uh, determined, her unwavering determination to give me a better life, to bring our family a better life. I witnessed her strength, her resilience at that time. Just looking at her determination, it taught me an invaluable lesson of independence and perseverance. I know that period, I think, whether happy or the hardship that I have seen in my childhood, I think it has definitely helped me to shape me to the person I am today. It taught me to be happy no matter what. I believe that happiness is a choice and it's not by chance. So it taught me to be happy in whatever circumstances. It taught me resilience. As well as Anu, it taught me to always trust in my inner strength. I think the important part about my childhood journey, right from my elementary, in my teens, to graduating from my college, I think it's been a very, very important part into making me who I am today. My values. I think that really helped me. And as I said, looking at my mom, I am a big advocate for women empowerment. I believe a strong woman, because I was raised by a strong woman. And for me, a strong woman is somebody who is emotionally and financially independent. So I think I had a great childhood. And as I said, it helped me to be who I am today.
Thank you so much for sharing, all those facets about your childhood, Gauri. It is obviously a mixed bag. You've seen some of the best moments. What beautiful gifts you got from your parents, from your mother, was your role model, the epitome of strength and resilience and courage, of course. And for your father to be so well exposed and bring all of that to you. So that really sparked your curiosity, your love for different cuisines, love for different cultures, and of course the environment that you grew up in Villeparle. You could have asked for anything better. But again, all those influences have shaped you to become who you are today. And I'm very excited to learn about all of that, and share that with our audience through you in our journey as we go along. So let's move on to our next segment here, which is Ye Kahaan Aa Gaye Hum. And here we talk about what happened after your 12th grade. So all the way from your college days to the present time. It's a long span of time that you cover, but would love to know what life had ahead for you. So Ye Kahaan Aa Gaye Hum.
Sure. Thank you, Anu. Anu, I think, as I said, in my teens, and as I was moving away from the struggles that we had just met during my teens, we had come a long way. I think around all the circumstances, we didn't survive, but we thrived. I used to work with ICICI, and it's one of the Fortune 500. So I always was fortunate to work with a lot of great organizations, work with some great professional, which helped me just understand what I wanted, and what direction I wanted to go into. So that was something very close to my heart. As I said, I worked there. I was also doing my MBA, part-time MBA back in India. One of the things I have always believed is I always like to be productive. I wanted to be doing something, my education or doing my master's or my further education on my own. So I started doing that along with the job I took up. And it was amazing. So talking about, when I came to US after I got married, it was in my 20s. Jay was still, um, he was doing his MBA. We were students, Anu. And as I said, I've always been productive. So it came as a shock to me that being a student dependent, I couldn't work at that time. But I took up a volunteer job with Smithsonian. And I knew that was the best decision I made. I got to work with some of the most creative minds. I used to work with their fundraising department. It was just amazing learning about such a esteemed organization, working with some of the best minds in the industry. It's actually funny. As a part of Smithsonian, I used to get special access to some of the attractions in DC, like Washington Monuments. So if my friends and family were visiting, I could take them to some of the restricted areas. So it used to just make me so much special. When I came to US, I was very new here, but that made me feel special. It made me part of this world very quickly. And I think talking to so many different people there, it just brought me closer to the connection I had with my dad. I think somehow it brought back so many memories. So many of his stories were again alive, and I could relive it. So it was connecting back to him in some weird way, I think. So it was amazing. But because we were students, we were very much on a limited income. But that really didn't stop us, Anu, from being happy, trying a new adventure every day. I still remember when we were in DC, Anu, my first dragon race boating was on the Potomac River. It was such an amazing experience. I can't even tell you. The synchronization with the teamwork, it was just an experience out of this world. So we really enjoyed it. It was something we experienced. We created those memories as we walked together into this new world together, I think. I know coming here again, I have so many friends from different walks of life, different cultures, diversity. I have a friend who is from Nigeria. I have a friend from Ghana, somebody from Turkey, somebody from Israel. So I really enjoy learning their life stories, learning their cultures, how diverse, but in some way we are similar. So it's fun to share and learn from them, to share a story. We have a friend, a Nigerian friend, who got married to a Nigerian princess, and I was a bridesmaid in his wedding. It was such an amazing experience to see the culture where the groom's family went on their knees to ask for a hand from the bride. So it was a very different culture, which actually enriched my thinking. And unknowingly, I think I just was a global citizen, knowing that. And away from home, this was my home, where we made so many friends as we were getting accustomed to this new culture. Some of the friends who are still very close to my heart, and that's my tribe, and that makes my life happy, and something to look forward to. When we moved to Cleveland, I started volunteering with Red Cross. Again, it's another amazing organization. I worked with them. I volunteered with them for their marketing department. It was amazing to learn how it works, what they do, how they do, knowing the nonprofits, how they manage their marketing and other departments. So it was really great experience. But in the meanwhile, I decided to go back and do my master's. So I started doing that. After which, I got a job in Cincinnati. So for a brief period of time, we had a long distance relationship. And I want to mention here something, Anu. Me and Jay, our relationship has been one of my biggest support throughout my journey. I think our partnership is something where we push each other to achieve our dreams, push each other to achieve the best in each other. And I think that is something I'm fortunate to have him as my partner, as my friend throughout the journey, from the time I came from India till now. So I just wanted to mention that and, be grateful about what I have with him as well. So while in Cincinnati, I was there for a brief period of time. But with God's grace, I was able to come back to Cleveland. I got a job with KeyBank. I used to work with a lot of high network clientele, managing their investment needs. So it wasn't like a 9 to 5 job. Most of my clients were physicians who had, very hectic jobs. So it was working with their financial needs. It was an amazing journey at that time where I got to know their life stories, working about how they came, what were they doing, what challenges they had. So it was really great knowing them, knowing what shaped them into as they migrated into this country. So it was really amazing job that I did working with so many people at that time. I know that was the time I had Mira, my daughter. And as I said, me and Jay, we both had a very high demanding job. He works with investment banking. So neither of us was a 9 to 5 job at that time. And I have always believed, I know that first 8 to 10 years of a child's life is when their character is built. So I wanted to give stability to her. So it wasn't the easiest decision to make, but I decided to take a break, to stay home with her. With God's grace, I could do that. So I took a break, and believe me, Anu, that has been one of the best decisions I took. The bond that we create, it's amazing. I just hope it stays as she gets older. There has not been like one place in Cleveland probably we haven't explored together. May it be museum, zoo, we have been there. It's just amazing doing that adventure, living my childhood with her probably. It's just amazing. I'm able to at the same time pass some of the culture, my love for music to her. Whether, we recently went to Ustad Zakir Hussein's concert, and she loved it. We were fortunate enough to meet him, and he blessed her, and it made my heart so happy. I can tell you, seeing my daughter enjoying the same genres of music that we enjoy, same culture, understanding it better. She is a music lover herself. She does a lot of theater. She has been part of a lot of workshops with Playhouse Square. She did a movie with Netflix along with Adam Driver. And last year she was part of a commercial where she worked with Peyton Manning. So she has been trying to explore the creative side in her through writing, through theaters and different aspects, and I'm happy that I'm there whenever she needs me. I have always taught her my 3 important values, and that is, one is always be happy no matter what, to be kind, and always be productive. And I'm hoping that as she gets older, she lives on it, and she follows something that I have followed throughout my life. I know. But at the same time, Anu, now she is a very independent girl. And I think it's time for me to move forward, create a legacy for Mira. So for past couple years, I have started my own company. I co-founded it with my friend. It's a healthy snack company that I have started. That's my journey till now.
As you're talking about your life journey and all the things that you've experienced, in every situation, you've had a choice. When you came here and you didn't have the work permit, you had a choice, right? To stay home and mope and crib and regret everything. And because you've had a wonderful life in India, to put all of that aside, but then you chose to be positive. You chose to go volunteer, and the kind of opportunities that you had to interact with people from different cultures. Again, the seeds were all sown back when you were a kid by your father. So that was his legacy. And that just opened up your mind at that age. So it came very naturally to, almost in some sense, where you appreciated and you went out to connect with people, learn about their culture, appreciate things. And again, for you and your husband to have such thriving, work, but still trying to strive for a work-life balance and everything you could do for your daughter, you've sown the seeds. So it's just a question of time, and they will definitely germinate, and you will see your daughter blossom and bloom into a very dynamic, strong, and independent woman, just like her mama. And that you will thank your parents. So very proud of you. And what an inspiring journey you've had, Gauri. Thank you so much for sharing. Now we segue into our next segment where I want to learn about what you do now. It's called Kaam Ki Baat. And here, please walk us through the business that you've started. Really excited to know all about it.
Sure. Thank you, Anu. Anu, as it was, just to give you a little bit of our background before I talk about the business. Anu, as I said, I am a foodie. I love talking about food. I have always believed, Anu, that food is a medicine. Food has so many amazing properties that can actually, if you eat well, it can heal you naturally. So I'm a very strong believer in that. And I recently did a program in nutrition from Harvard just to understand the food aspect better. And it actually confirmed my belief. I'm doing a predominantly plant-based diet because, as I said, a lot of what you eat is what you are. So there, if you think about it, a lot of Asian herbs, a lot of things that our grandma, our granny told us is long forgotten. There are so many superfoods that we grew up eating. So we started researching about the superfood, the forgotten, the unique, the Asian superfood, and we came across Sapota or Chikoo, which I'm sure a lot of us grew up eating. But the fruit itself, Anu, it's a superfood. It's full of nutrition. The fruit itself is really, really high in fiber content. So that's why it's absolutely amazing for your gut health. At the same time, it is full of nutrients like magnesium, potassium. It has vitamin C. So it's a full house of nutrients, minerals, and vitamin C. So it naturally boosts your immune system. So while we were researching it, we thought that was a fruit that wasn't available globally because of its perishable nature. So we decided to buy farms in India. So I partnered with one of my friends back in India. We bought farms. We established plants in India where we just came out with our first flagship products, Sapota or Chikoo powder and Sapota fruit slices. The product that we have created, those are gluten-free, they are vegan. We do not add any preservatives or there is no added sugar. I absolutely, like personally, I absolutely love using the powder Anu as a sugar substitute in a lot of my morning breakfasts. I love using it in my baking needs. And as I said, because it's full of fiber, it actually complements with my everyday dietary fiber requirement as well. On the other hand, the fruit slices that we have created, I love it as to say it as an on-the-go snack. Like Jay, my husband, he travels all the time, Anu, and lately, whenever he travels, he carries a packet of Sapota slices, and it makes a great snack because when you munch on it, because of the fiber, it makes you full quickly and it actually helps you to curb your hunger. So he can be very mindful of what he eats, especially when he's traveling. We were very happy that we launched our flagship products last year in summer in UK. We in fall we launched in India, and during the holiday time, we launched the products in US. So right now we have our Sapota powder and Sapota fruit slices in Heinen's and on Amazon in US. And as I said, as we are growing with the company, we are working on bringing in more superfoods from from our childhood, something that can heal us naturally. So the another product that we are currently working on is jamuns or the Java plum. So hopefully soon we will have the products out with that as well, Anu. As we grow in this company, we have a mission. It's not just making profits. Along with that, when we established this business, the factory that we have back in India, half of our employees are women. As I told you, is the women, the tribal women from the nearby villages. So, Anu, as I was telling you earlier, I'm a big advocate for women empowerment. And I think it's very important as we grow. We want to hire more tribal women around the villages where we can give them training jobs so they can give their kids, their family better jobs, but at the same time they can be independent enough to have a good life for themselves, Anu. So we have that mission as we are growing with the business. And another mission is, as I said earlier, bringing the ancient herbs, bringing the superfoods that are forgotten for the next generation, making them remember what our grandma told us. Or, she used to always, I remember having those small diaries. If I was sick, she would just rip up a kara and give it to me. And that is the real food that we need in today's world that can naturally heal us. So that is the mission we are with this company. So this is our journey so far, and hoping we can bring a lot more products and reach out to a larger segment as we eventually grow.
That's fascinating. I just have so many questions. So, I'm going to have this Shark Tank moment with you here. But trust me, it's not going to be nearly as grueling as that. So how are your sales doing? I mean, how long has this been around? How long have you been in the business? And, where are your sales right now?
So, Anu, in US, we have been in business around holiday time. And it's been amazing, Anu. Like, we got into Heinen's, and as I said, Heinen's has something called Club FX. So we are with their wellness department in their Superfoods, where it's the same belief that I have, is like food is the medicine. So it's been amazing. Like, whenever I'm doing demos, people absolutely love it. They love the fact that they can actually use it as a sugar substitute, and it could be chia seed pudding or their oats, or just in their morning protein shakes or smoothies. So it has a very versatile use. So it excites the people because they have never seen something like this before, which is just natural. All you got in a pouch is a fruit in a powder or slices form. There is no other ingredient to it, so it's just natural as it can be. So the sales has been amazing. We have got amazing response. It's overwhelming to see customer reaching out and telling us like how they enjoy it, and how much they are enjoying it. The flavor of it, it's very caramelized, so it's very overwhelming, and I'm really happy with the response.
That's great to know. Chikoo is one of my favorite fruits too. So growing up, it was always a delight. And in Delhi, you used to get, where I grew up, you used to get Chikoo. In the US, not so much. I'll occasionally see it in the Indian stores, but it's great that we have an opportunity to have the slices in the form of the snack, and so have the sugar substitute, like you said. So very versatile. That makes the product really versatile. And
Yes.
I believe that this is not native to India. This fruit actually comes from Central America. Is that right?
Yes, that is right.
Okay, that's great to know. All right, so I'll be very happy to share the link in the description. This sounds like game changer, because we're always looking for sugar substitutes, especially as we grow older and we realize the health benefits, or the lack of health benefits that the actual sugar gives. So adding one more substitute to this long list of products that we have, but knowing that it's totally safe, it's full of vitamins and minerals and all the great nutrition that it has. And it's also very delicious. Chikoo is a very delicious fruit. So great to know that. And I love the fact that you also have a mission backing this up, which is to provide employment and livelihood to women in the tribal area. So that is a win-win from every which way you look at it. So wonderful. And you said you're a co-founder. And do you want to talk a little bit about what was that process like? How did you go about, like from the point that idea came into your mind, how did you go about executing that? So you don't have to give me all the details, but at least would love to know, what was that journey like?
Sure, Anu. So as I said, it was it so my it's a couple of my friends back in India, we partnered together to make this mission, our dream turn into this business probably. We were chatting and doing more research when we realized that Chikoo was something that had this amazing nutritional benefit. We started looking into the farms. One of the things I know we really wanted and we want to still do as we grow is have the farm to table experience. As we increase our product line, we still want to work directly with the farmers. Having that farm to table experience, giving the right price to the farmers is something we want to do, and build our business on that, because with that we can definitely control the quality. At the same time, as I said, make sure that we give the fair prices to the farmers and eliminate any middlemen in the process. But yes, I mean, with that, we bought the farms. We decided to experiment. It took a really long time with the lab testing, and we were very adamant about not adding any preservatives to it. So it took about 6 to 8 months, trying out different processes, making sure that the nutrients in the process still was intact. And I'm very proud to say, Anu, that we do not add any preservatives, but both the products, the shelf life is 18 months. So we thought it was amazing. We were very happy with the outcome. So as I said, we did first launch in UK, in India, and when we were ready, we got the facility FDA approved. We have all the processes set, and then we launched in US. One of our mission is we want to make sure that it is a global name. It is a name like Chikoo, as I said, it has so many health benefits that it's a household name. It's reached out to as many people as we can. So we wanted to take time to set up the processes before we went out and launched it.
So you checked all the boxes and did it the right way. So a lot of research has gone into it, a lot of testing, the approvals, and all of that happens in the background. It's a lot of work, right? But really proud that you executed on the idea and lifted it off the ground. So that's fantastic. I can't wait to get my hands on the product. And as I said, I'll be sharing the link. So I hope all my audience who are watching this will definitely go check it out. If you're not in Ohio, you can definitely order it on Amazon. So that is wonderful. Thank you so much, Gauri, for sharing that great information. Wish you all the best with your amazing line of products and many more to come. So looking forward to that as well. And now we will move on to our next segment, which is about your X factor. So would love to know about traits of your personality or something that's very core to your personality that you want to talk about.
Sure. Thank you, Anu. Anu, I think my X factor is my compassion to help others. I always say, like, if you can be anything in this world, be kind. And I know I have been very fortunate to be associated with so many nonprofit organizations. I was on the advisory young professional board with Breakthrough Schools, which is a charter schools in Cleveland. And it's amazing to work with them, to see the processes, how they work, how much effort they put bringing the kids from the Cleveland area into their schools. We talk to kids, we talk to the teachers. So it was very amazing process learning about it, talking to the management of the school itself. Along with that, currently I'm on the board with USRI, where we help the refugees who come to US or to Ohio, I would say, through government to for their rehoming and making sure they are resettled in Ohio. So I'm on the board with USRI. In the past, during the COVID time, we had a surge of refugees, and I worked with FICA's ex-president, Ritu Mahana, we raised funds for the refugees who were coming in. We provided them with food and the basic needs. One of the things I feel is when a refugee is coming in, they are uprooted from their homes. And as a part of USRI, I work with a lot of Northeast Ohio companies to provide them with job opportunities as well. So I feel as somebody, as a part of the community, when somebody like this come into our community, our goal is to make them a productive member of this community. So as a part of the board with USRI, my efforts are always to provide job opportunities or help them with the resettlement so that the refugees or the people who are coming in future, they are the productive member of the community, and they can provide their kids with good life and better opportunities, and hopefully as they settle into the community and they can pay it forward in some way. So I have also actively been involved with Project Seva. So it's a arm of FICA. I have been working with them for past several years. So what we do with them is we work with a lot of shelters in Cleveland. We recently added shelters in Akron and Cantons as well. So we work with a lot of shelters to provide with meals on a monthly basis, hygiene products. We work with the shelters for their needs. We do a lot of meals during Thanksgiving. Like last year, we did a meal during Diwali time with City of Cleveland, where we had drive-through, and the homeless people, we supplied food to them as well. In the past, we have worked with mayor of city of Richmond. We packed almost 100,000 meals. So Anu, I have been involved very heavily with a lot of nonprofits on a lot of social issues in the Ohio areas. One of the reasons, Anu, it's close to my heart. I think I'm very privileged and I'm grateful for the good life I have, and I want to pay it forward in some way. But also, as a mom, I want my daughter, I want Mira to have that compassion in her, where she, if I'm able to, I take her with me for meal making. Or I'll give you an example, like during when the refugees came in, we shopped. My whole trunk was filled with the basic necessities. We got food, we got other things. Mia was the one who shopped with me. She was the one who came in. She dropped the stuff with me. And I think it's very important to have that compassion in the next generation. I think as they become adults, I want her to give back to the society. I want her to understand that it is important to give back to the society, and make a difference in somebody else's life if you can. So, I mean, in her own way, she does it. Like she was part of Strike and Bike, where she raised funds for pediatric cancer department for kids. Or we support a program called Prosperity Projects, which is during the holiday season. They come out with list of things that families need. It could be in Cleveland areas or nearby areas. So she would happily go and buy holiday gifts, not for herself, but for the kids on the list. And I think I feel really happy when I see that. So I'm hoping that, that sense of giving back stays with her, and she would take forward the legacy that we have created. So that's my X factor.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So she is emulating all those qualities, compassion from you, from her mother, who's such a great role model that she has. And for you to be involved in so many initiatives, women from India are not just smart, they're not just resilient, they're not just dynamic, they're not just hardworking, but they also paid forward. They come here, they struggle to adjust to a new life, which, in the end, they do a great job of adjusting, accommodating, adapting, all of that. But then their ability to give back in so many ways to make the communities they live in better for themselves, better for everyone around, is such a great gift. And that really warms up my heart. It really makes me very proud. And to know that your daughter is, learning from such a tender age, and you're involving her in all these different initiatives is a wonderful thing. So I hope you will keep it up, because we need the next generation, like you said, to lead the charge. and to really help folks that are most in need. So thank you so much for all you do, Gauri. It's wonderful. It's a great pleasure to know about all your initiatives and things that you're involved in. Keep going. Okay.
Thank you, Anu.
We'll move on to a final segment here, which is your self-care. It's astounding how many things you're involved in, and running your own business and doing everything that you do. You've got to be taking care of yourself. So I hope you are doing that. And if so, what are the 4 different ways that I talk about in my show, which is at the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual level? What are you doing to take care of yourself at these 4 levels?
Sure. Thank you, Anu. Anu, when it comes to self-care, Anu, I believe that self-care is not a luxury, but it's a necessity. And it is sad that a lot of women don't pay attention to their health. It could be mental health, their physical health. Like we women are multitaskers. We have a list of things to do every day, but I think it is important to take that hour for yourself. I am very disciplined when it comes to self-care, Anu. I for my physical, I exercise every day. I walk 5 to 7 miles every day. I have a little dog, and that helps, I think. But I walk her, so every day at least 5 miles is something I aim at. Um, as I know, I turned 40 a couple of years back, and I think one of the thing when you are in your middle age is you start losing your muscles. So along with walking, I try to focus on building my muscles. I do weight training. It could be moderate weight training. I have started doing Pilates. It's been almost 3 years. I do Pilates, and it's amazing for your core. So I do that. But as you rightly said, Anu, it's not just the physical, but it's also mental. So for my mental health, I do deep breathing, I do meditation, I do some mindful exercising where I think along with that, sometimes if I just feel like I would go out, like walking in the nature brings so much calmness and peacefulness in me. Like I absolutely love it. So I do those things for my mental health. And I am very, very disciplined with food. So as I said, I'm predominantly plant-based. I have been doing intermittent fasting for past several years, and I absolutely love it. Anu. So that helps me to be very healthy, maintain my health, and be happy. As I'm aging. So I think aging gracefully is very important. Along with being healthy. So I do that. I sleep well. Everybody out there, try to sleep at least 7 to 8 hours. Try not looking at your phone before you sleep. Like I think nowadays with the technology, the first thing and the last thing you do is check your cell phone before you sleep, and that's the first thing you do before once you get up. So try to be away from your phones. Maybe listen to something, maybe read a book before you sleep. But I think that is very important for your mental health, restricting your screen time. So please, if you can do that, and drink a lot of water. I think that is amazing. So that is something I do when it comes to self-care. I focus on exercising. I focus on my mental health. And it also depends on what you eat. And so if you are women, as we are getting older, I think these are the 3 things that needs to be paid more attention and taken seriously. Along with that, Anu, I think one of the things, through your podcast, I would really like to emphasize is women health. When it comes to women health, we don't pay attention. We try to, if it's like just a mammogram, just doing screening or just having annual checkup, we keep on postponing it. I have so many friends who would do that, and I think it is very important. It is, as I said, it's necessary to know as you're aging that you are healthy. So please take time out. Your grocery can wait, your errands can wait. You're not doing a favor for just yourself, but for your family, because your health is a priority. So make it a priority. Take some time out. Take some time out to meet a friend sometime, like going out for a coffee, maybe. It is important to have that time for yourself. And as I said, it's not a luxury. We women do a lot of things every day. We are on our toes 24/7. So it is a necessity that we take some time out for ourselves. We pursue our passions and we pursue something that makes us genuinely happy. It could be just chatting with your friend or meeting up a friend for a lunch. It could be anything, Anu, but make it a priority. Make sure that you do that, and take good care of yourself, so that as you age, you can age happily and healthily.
Golden rules to live by, coming from a very strong, successful, and independent woman. What else can I say? This is great information, and we can't hear enough of it. So I really am so grateful and thankful to all the women who are coming and talking about their self-care routine, because like you said, women have to prioritize themselves. They have to put themselves first and take care of their mental health, physical, spiritual, emotional, all on all levels, right? And you're right. As we age, we lose that muscle mass. So very, very important to exercise. I know it's a struggle, it's a challenge. Sometimes it's just a starting trouble for a lot of women. They want to do it, but then it's a lack of motivation. So find that way to motivate yourself. Figure something out. We've got women in our community like Parulji who have started exercise sessions, who give so freely and invite women to join them. So I think that's important. But like you said, again, on all levels, definitely keep the technology away as much as you can before going to bed. So great advice. Thank you so much for sharing all that, Gauri. I've loved talking to you, learned so much, and very inspired by your life journey. You're a very positive woman, somebody who's very strong, and all the achievements are just incidental. They just come because of who you are, because of your core values and how you go about living your life. So that's wonderful to know. It's been a joy and an honor. Thank you so much for your time. From your very busy schedule, you've taken this time to come and talk to me today. Before we part, is there anything else that you want to talk in the way of a messaging or message to anybody?
Anu, I think before we part, I just want to say that, throughout the interview, I have said, just be happy. I mean, past several years with the COVID, what reminded us throughout the COVID is life is too short, I know. So rather than having regrets, if you really want to do something, go for it. Don't think about the destination, enjoy your journey, and being happy is very important. So just keep that golden rule with you, and you will be successful no matter what. And Anu, again, thank you so much for having me here today. As I said, this is an amazing platform you have created, Anu. So I really enjoyed every moment I had here. I wish you all the best. And I look forward to learning more stories from different women, and just being a part of your journey. This is amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. I loved every word of what you said towards the end, that it's not just about the destination, it's about the journey. So, be happy and enjoy every moment of it. Gauri, it's been a pleasure and a delight to have you on the show. And to my audience who are watching, thank you so much for subscribing to this channel, where we have the opportunity to hear from women like Gauri, and some amazing things that women of the diaspora are doing in their lives. I'm just privileged and very fortunate to bring their stories to you through this platform. I hope you will join me next week again as I showcase another journey. But please do leave your comments and feedback, any questions that you may have for Gauri about her new line of products. And if you have any other words of encouragement and support for our guests, please feel free to leave your comments down below. Thank you so much once again. I wish you all the very best, Gauri. Thanks for coming.